I'm going to clean up these Dahlia tubers, and while we do that, we'll have a look at the anatomy of a Dahlia tuber. So this is how they arrive from our suppliers. A little bit of soil on them, otherwise pretty well nice and clean. They are, of course, they've got these scraggly roots on, which is the job we're going to do today, is just take those off. So when you have a look at the dahlias when they arrive, Dahlia tubers, it's good to orientate them. So we have a look at this now. We're looking at a plant which has gone through a season's growth, has put on its tubers, and then has been the stem has been chopped here, dug out the ground, cleaned up, and then stored before supplying them to us. So this is the correct orientation, with the tubers coming off the stem here. The stem where it's been cut, we can see there's two stems visible. The old stem here with the tubers coming away from the old stem. There will be one mother tuber here, that is the tuber that was originally planted, which are usually darker in colour and sort of they look more old. I think that's the mother tuber. Sometimes it's difficult to be sure. Each variety of Dahlia has a different look about it. The tubers have a different look about them. You can see here the two stems. This part here, I think, is the mother tuber part 1, 2, 3. Older looking tubers, and then the younger looking tubers which have grown last year are paler in colour. These are quite small tubers, so we'll get on and trim them. So the first thing is to inspect the tuber, orientate it correctly like so, and then inspect it. And what we're doing here, we're looking out for areas which are already showing rot. Often the stems are soft and mushy and suspect, and sometimes there's areas of tuber which is obviously beginning to rot. They're darker in colour usually, they're soft, and there's a smell about them. Can't see too much going on here, so we'll just clean this up. The idea is to get rid of any bits of tuber that look like they're not going to perform, and to take away these scraggly roots. And we'll be left with a nice clean looking tuber, which, because it's the middle of February now and I'm not ready to get these started off yet, I'm going to store them in boxes with chippings, wood chippings. Fairly therapeutic this, it's relaxing. You can see at the end result is nice. There's a little bit of soil left on there. I'm going to leave that on because I don't think it's going to do any harm. If you're digging out your own tubers, one of the jobs is to get rid of the soil. You leave it on for a week or 2 weeks while the tuber gets over being dug out of the ground, and you would then wash the tubers. So that's more or less done now with that. If we have a look at what we've got, you can see fairly clearly, I hope, the mother tuber, 2 stems, and the younger, what should we say, daughter tubers. It could have been better done. Try not to get any areas which are cul-de-sac sort of areas where rot can get started. So that's our cleaned up tuber. What I'm doing now is looking for eyes. Eyes are the parts of the tuber which will start new growth. They're little bumpy things like so. I think that's an eye, that's an eye, that's an eye. These are buried rather deeply in there. Can't see anything else to show you on that one to say that is definitely an eye. So, start another one. Stem. I use these Falco snips, which are rather light for the job, really, and they blunt quickly, but there's a sharpening stone alongside the work, which I use now and again. Like so. So we've got a flat side and a cutting side. So we use the stone to clean up the cutting side and then put it flat on the back. Imagine doing thousands and thousands of these on the Dahlia farms. We grow about maybe 400 dahlias, something like that. Some of these massive farms grow many thousands. And this is one of the jobs that has to be done. Store it in some way. There are different ways of storing Dahlia tubers. We've talked about that already. A little bit soft, that stem. But not obviously rotten. That's the sort of before and after. That one's just broken there on the as it comes away, so we'll get rid of that. That's not going to do anything. That one as well. If we have a look at this one, that's the correct orientation. We can actually see some eyes. That's an eye. That's an eye. So we set those in the pot as such, with the old stem just peeping out, and the shoots will begin to come away from the eyes then. It's ready. Just one more to do. Should have a sort of airy feel about it once you've done this. Shouldn't be too many areas where one part of the plant is touching another part, which would encourage rot. That one's broken. So there we are, nice airy feel. These can actually go in a smaller box, so the last job is to store them. We use wood shavings. If possible, keep them apart from each other. Slightly too small, this box, but they're not going to be in there for too long, about 3 weeks before we get them started. And this one is Downham Royal. And the date today. I can just go into cool storage now, and the job's done.